This is a twin-engine STOL amphibian that we developed, and demonstrating here landings and takeoffs approximately 900 feet. This is a flyby indicating about 165 miles an hour with the flaps in the main gear retracted. Yeah, here's another flyby, and it shows the cleanness of the aircraft and the configuration of the wings from looking on top of it. And now a final landing and a short demonstration on how not to treat a metal airplane. This airplane is made out of wood and fiberglass. It's a prototype. Don't ever take an 8-pound hammer and try this on a metal airplane or you'll damage it severely. This demonstrates how strong the fiberglass really is. Now we're going to show you some control and water flying in some pretty rough water. You'll be interested in noticing that there's about a 40-degree crosswind at 15 miles an hour in this first series, and the various angles of the hull as it contacts the water are not critical on this airplane. Many airplanes are very critical, and if you land very flat on the water, you can end up making a submarine out of the airplane. Notice that this airplane can land either flat on the water or with a very nose-high attitude. Now we're going to turn the airplane around on a dime just by giving it full power on one engine. It just whips right around in front of us. And that's the way you control them. If you want to go with more power on one engine, you can control them very easily. This is another takeoff. This is another takeoff. Again, it's a crosswind takeoff, followed by another flyby. We have no difficulty landing this airplane or controlling it on the water on some very miserable flight conditions. Because it's a very stable type airplane. Now we've moved over to the other side of the island where the wind is getting a pretty heavy cut at us. This demonstrates that you can put the wheels down in the water and taxi it up on the beach. Once you get back in the water, you retract the wheels, and again you have a flying boat. This takeoff occurs directly in front of the camera in about 13.5 inches of water, which demonstrates that it's controllable even in very shallow water. Here she goes. You can see the bottom. Now we're going to show you that it bounces a little bit when it hits some very, very big waves. And some of the waves were measured about 36 to 40 inches. The final series shows that even though the downwind pontoon is completely buried in the water, there's no difficulty controlling the airplane, even in a very strong crosswind. There's a lot of spray flying, but the airplane is a very stable machine.